going to explain the delivery of my K activity, that is the final. It consists of explaining why I had two great air launches with height, the greatest height, and the longest range. And I had to solve for finding the initial velocity and the angle. But I had to compare what I had before with tracker and what I got. For finding the beaches that were having a longer height and the one that got further, I had to see the launches that I made before, and it was the second and the fourth, and to get to the longest height, to get that, it depends on the angle and the velocity that when you throw it, that it got. And for the ones that go further, that had a longer distance, it was because of the strength we applied before we launched it, and because of the time and the velocity, because more time and more velocity is longer distance. So I calculated everything. I got these measurements: distance, time, and height. And then I use this formula here for the initial velocity. I solve it for initial velocity in x is equals distance over time. It got me this, but it wasn't the final. So now I had to put it in this formula and solve it for getting my angle, that was this one. And then finally I put it again, my angle, in this formula, and I got the initial velocity. For my second pitch, I got x, that is distance, time, and height. So I used the same formulas than for the first pitch. I got the initial velocity in x and this one, and then I use the distance over time. I solve it and I got initial velocity, but it wasn't the final. So I use this other formula and I solve it again, and I got this angle. And then I finally put it in the formula that wasn't finished, and I used my angle and I put it in here, and so my initial velocity is 14 meters. But sadly, I didn't get the same results for the angle. My first pitch was from 70.03 grads, and then I have the 77.55 grad, and I had two different angles when I solve it. The first one was 87.62 and the second was 88.59. And this is because my time was so fast, because that was what I get from tracker, and tracker didn't get can get me the exact time or the exact measurements, because nothing is perfect. And I think my results are okay, but maybe something happened with tracker, or something happened that moves and didn't get me the result that I wanted. And that happened also in the first one, because my my time is also fast, and that's why I got initial velocity that is fast, and that's why. Conclusion, this project was good because I like to build things, and I got to build a catapult, and I learned how to use tractor. That is something that I have never used, and I used to how to solve problems in the real life.